me, the tire is the shape of the whole bike, and this tire created the shape of this bike, which at first was kind of nerve-wracking, but now it's like we're kind of relieved to see it all come together. It makes sense. The bike stance, the style. If you talk about the bike and you start listening to someone like me speak about this era of bikes, you're like, oh, that makes sense, because this bike's more of a performance bike. It's like guys were using it to drag race on the streets. Snappy throttles, magnetos, no battery, big cams. We got the works. And of course, with all that, where's the power go? Right into the back tire. So that's the tire. It's going to be very sticky, very round. Like I said, suspension comes from the front. We won't get too much bouncing out of the tire because it's a rigid tire. It's fairly rigid, very low profile. The tough guy look is, it's very like New York, early 90s meets like Frisco style. And the reasoning is the pegs being up high, like when you're sitting on the bike and your knees are really close to your elbows. That's the Frisco part with the high pegs. The New York part is the disc brakes and the wheels and tires. And that's what I see a lot of. If you look at old Indian Larry bikes, this was the style back then. Indian Larry actually built a lot of these bikes with radial tires, where other guys were using the bi-sply tires. This thing, however, is a shovelhead. It's a 77, I believe, or 76 was the year. We took the complete motor apart. Some of the character on the bike to me is always, it doesn't have to be like so crazy. Like it could just be like small little things that mean a lot. But we used to have a guy up in the Bay Area building a lot of the Hells Angels bikes, and he would always paint their oil pumps red. And I thought it was neat. I don't know, I had a couple of those motors. He's not around anymore, so I haven't seen one in a while, and I thought it'd be cool to paint the oil pump red. And then that led to a couple of things. We did the springs inside here. We painted it red as well to match. But it's nice. This is part of the mechanics of the bike. It's like having a bike, you earn riding this thing. By the time you're kick-starting it, shifting it, your clutch is by your foot, and all this work, it's like, that's what pays off at the end, is having something like this. That's part of it. A lot of guys who have like 30 bikes at home, when they get something like this becomes their very, very, best bike, because they're so personalized and they feel so attached to it, because everything is so mechanical on it. Everything's like, you gotta work your way into it. You can't just like let someone take the keys to this thing. It's not that kind of bike.